Hello and welcome to the first of a video of our tips and tricks videos. Today we're going to be looking at wands in RaceReplay and just some tips and tricks for using them. So we can see here we have RaceReplay open with our little demo boat all set up and our tracking, and we have the buttons up here for the wands. You can have up to 2 wands and they can be put in manually, or you can pin them to the boat and do a few things with them. Wands are great for comparing data. So if you've got a couple of things to, a couple of sections you want to compare, or you know, you might want to compare 2 tacks, you know, a port and a starboard tack, just quickly and roughly. They're a great way for doing that. As with anything within sailing performance RaceReplay, you can right click, select a variable and bring whatever variables you want up here, add rows. It's the same as your number boxes. You can just change and customize to whatever you would like to do. So the first thing we're going to do is we're just going to chuck some wands in manually. So if we click on the gray wand, we can then just click it in and we can draw the length of the wand. I always keep the duration up here. In fact, I think that might be a default. I think you have to have duration there. But I always keep that up just so when I'm comparing 2 sections or 2 segments of my track, that I know that I'm going to get my wand lengths roughly the same. So we can put another one in here, drag that out as well, and it drags out. So we can see that we have a red wand and a grey wand. Now, if you click on the little plus button at the top here, we have an option to set up our wands. So we have an option where we can tell it how long we want our wands for. So if we're trying to do 2 comparisons, we might do 2-minute wands. So we can just change those to 2 minutes. Hang on, we just change that to 2 minutes. So now we know both wand lengths are the exact same length. We can then also pin a wand to the back, to the bow of the boat. So this will pin the wand to the bow of the boat. And then we can move our boat, but it will stay where it is. Now, one of the things we may want to do is pin the wand, then lock it to the boat. So as we move the boat, we get this nice 2-minute segment. And I often use this if I'm trying to set up 2 wands like 30 seconds apart. I might just move the boat, get one wand in the place I want, unlock it, move the boat, pin this one to the boat, lock it, move it where I want it, unlock it. So you can use this as a sort of fine tuning. You can also swap the wands so that it just swaps the data around. And you can then put them both in the same spot using these, or move 1-2 to 1-1 and 1-1 to 1-2. The other place that wands show up in, and we're just going to get rid of one of the wands now, so we just have the grey, so we can use the button here to delete the wand, is in the time graph. So quite often I might want to scale out and I have a look at something in the time graph. This data is quite noisy. So when you've got really noisy data like this, I sometimes use the wands to try and find some more, if I need to look at something and I want it to be a bit more stable. So I might what do we got? We've got the grey wand, and I just want to have a look at something at a certain point in the race, but the data's noisy. So I'm just going to put a 30-second wand in, which effectively gives me a 30-second average. Now I can see what the data is for that 30 seconds. The other place that the wands are used, and this is something that can catch you out if you're not aware of it, is in the tack jibe table. So if I pull up a tack and jibe here, we can see here are the wands now. So if I move these wands here, we can see them here. They're changing here as well. And if we go back to our time graph, we can see here's the wands and there's the jibe in the middle of the 2 wands. So, and if we go to our chart, we'll also see them here. So wherever the wands are set, it will come up in all the places where wands are used: tack jibes, time graph, chart, and I'm sure there's some other places as well that I am forgetting to mention. But basically, if you're ever unsure, the easiest thing to do is just grab one and move it, and you'll see it change in the wand table. So I hope that helps understand some wands and how you can use them to just view some averaged data.